How confident are you in your experience and expertise? And how comfortable are you promoting or selling your accomplishments? Not an easy feat for most of us, but so essential if you don't want to see career opportunities pass you by. Dear fellow citizens of the world, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Nick. I'm a career coach, communication trainer. And on this channel, we talk about career, mindset, and personal growth. Today, we need to talk about humble bragging, namely, how to give yourself credit when necessary. So why should you care about selling yourself for what you're worth? You need to do this if you want to find a suitable job for you. If you undersell yourself, you're never going to get the job that is right for you. And you're going to feel a lot of frustration, a lot of stress, and eventually you're going to lead a miserable career and life. So the reason why I'm talking about this topic today is because I had a networking call with a prospect last week. He's an accountant and he has an extensive amount of accounting experience. Yet when I looked at his LinkedIn profile and as we talked, I didn't feel that he had 15 plus years experience. I felt like he had just started in his career. And the reason why he was using terms that are used for somebody who just started as an accountant. And the more we talked, and I heard from him a lot of words that were pretty much diminishing himself, diminishing his values and accomplishments, and eventually made it seem like he was not confident in himself and what he'd been experiencing so far. So I realized that with this tone, this demeanor, this attitude, I could not sense that I could ever hire him for what he was worth. If you're thinking about 15 years of experience in accounting, and he did a lot of interesting stuff in forensics accounting, in growing businesses, in cost saving, but it felt like he didn't really believe in what he had done. And the most important, he was not really proud of what he had done. For him, of course, it felt natural. And for most of us, when we do something every day, we believe that it's just normal. We don't realize that we're actually growing and accomplishing more and more. So the thing that was happening in this case, that he was chasing opportunities that actually didn't match his worth because he didn't believe in his worth himself. Therefore, he was shooting way too low. And this is what's going to happen to you if you undersell yourself. If you don't believe in your accomplishment, in your value, in your worth, and what you can bring to a company or a client, you're never going to get the true benefits of accumulating so many years, so many hours of time, energy, and money. You need to realize what you're worth and how you communicate that properly to other people. So let me give you some tips for you to be able to sell yourself for what you actually worth. So first thing you're going to do is sit down and take the time to go back to the beginning of your career and list down everything that you've ever accomplished, little or big accomplishments. So whenever you succeeded in a project, that you led a team with confidence, that you helped your team grow, when you got a promotion, when you got a raise, when you were able to implement some new procedure in your company, anything that you believe was a success. I remember when I started my job as an accountant, which is a long time ago, I decided to push for a paper recycling program in the company because I could see that we were throwing away so much paper and it felt like a real waste. So I wanted to make sure that we could recycle this paper, and nobody before had ever thought about it. So I figured, okay, why not? For me, that's a small victory because technically it didn't bring any value to my work itself, but that's still a small accomplishment. So write this down, list everything down, big, small, whatever. You put everything on paper, brainstorm, take like an hour or two to reflect on all your jobs throughout your career. And why do you do that? It's because we all have a tendency to remember only the negative stuff that happened to us. So you will probably remember when you got fired, when you really let your team down, when you really messed up and it cost your company money. I'm sure you can remember that without even thinking about it. But remembering the good things, the positive, the success, for us, it's always difficult. For everybody that I know and I'm aware of, remembering the positive, the accomplishment is something difficult to do. So you write this down first and try to see which activities result you enjoyed the most and the ones that you didn't specifically enjoy. Because you want to know what you were extremely good at, where you succeeded, where you shone, and at the same time, why? Because you liked it, you enjoyed it, and it brought you so much pleasure and fulfillment. Now, when you crisscross those two, you get what I call your shiny armor, which is what you're going to value and sell to other people. Because your shiny armor, the thing that you really enjoy to do, where you succeeded, is really the value you can bring to an employer, to a client. So when you share these accomplishments, that you really enjoy doing, people are going to see what you're really worth. Now, once you wrote down all of this and you are clear about what your shiny armor is, just practice it. Previous video about public speaking for introverts, remember, you need to practice it, you need to sharpen it, you need to fail and experiment with your tone, your speech. So that's what you're going to do right now. All the things that you've accomplished that you enjoy doing and you want to communicate that during a job interview, you need to be comfortable and you need to remember them correctly. Because I talked to another prospect this week, and when I asked him, what have you studied? What did you do? What did you enjoy doing? He kept looking for words. He kept trying to reminisce, remember what happened in his life. And if you hesitate when talking about your career, for sure, you don't really stand a chance to get any jobs at all. So practice, record yourself again. I know it's uncomfortable, but when you record yourself more than once and see yourself actually speaking, you realize what kind of perception people get from you. And then what you're going to do is practice, try to see what works, what doesn't work. And at the same time, you must remember why it could be relevant to your employer or potential employer. You need to see the benefit of sharing that anecdote, that story, that picture, that accomplishment, and then see why people would care and find value that actually would increase your worth. Now, when you know what your shiny armor looks like, this truly has an impact on the way you think. Because the shiny armor, let's face it, is something beautiful, it's something strong, it's something that makes you shine and makes you more valuable. And this is the type of mindset you need to get in order for you to be clear with your career and therefore getting more out of your life. So once you're clear with that value you can bring, your self-confidence just increases because now you realize objectively, you're not making up any story. This is truly what you've accomplished before. And you realize this is truly valuable as well. When you know that, you understand that I'm much better than I thought. People can find me more valuable, and therefore you stop applying for shitty jobs. You stop underselling yourself and going for salaries that are not what you're actually worth. Of course, the economy, crisis, and so on has an impact on what kind of jobs you can apply to sometimes, but keep that in mind. Because if you lose this mindset, if you lose yourself in the market and you forget your true worth, your true value, you will never get it back. It will be so hard to get back where you used to be because you lost everything, your faith in yourself, your self-confidence, and don't really remember what your true worth is. So what are the takeaways from today's video? First, your journey, your career has unique value. You need to understand it, embrace it, and bring it forward. If you don't recognize your true worth, your true value, you kept getting opportunities that really suck and don't represent who you truly are and what you truly deserve. And finally, when you truly embrace and understand your true worth, you gain so much more clarity and confidence about you as a person and a potential employee. Because this confidence changes your mindset changes your posture, your appearance, your demeanor, and as a result, you get much better opportunities in your life. So what you need to do after this video, you already know. You're going to go back, sit down, list everything that you've ever accomplished in your career, small or big, and embrace these experiences, these accomplishments, because this is what's going to represent the things you're going to be able to sell to other people for them to understand what you can bring to their company. So let me know in the comments below if you face any difficulty. Send me a message. Where are you struggling? Where are you stalling? And let's discuss how I can help you bring your career to the next level. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss 2 new videos each week where we talk about career, mindset, and personal growth. Thanks again for watching and see you on our next video.